Okay, so this is a another rework that would be fantastic to have in the future. It's one thing to have a bad legendary power crept as, i.e., Iron Man, but it stings a little bit more when our favorites start to be power crept. And Mr. Black Bolt is he didn't even make our top 10 video. That is the world we're living in now. So Black Bolt has officially fallen from great. He's still a useful character. He's not. It's just this used to be arguably the best character in the game, tied with Phoenix. And it's pretty apparent that's not the case any longer. So that being said, there's someone obvious missing from this group that we think would be pretty spectacular if they were to be brought to the game to bring some fire back to Black Bolt. And this, it's just, man, Black Bolt is a big deal, and to have him really lose his luster the way he has with all these ultra powerful characters that just keep coming out.
Well, that sparked a whole conversation on Reddit.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's get into the Reddit.
Not just Inhumans, but in Marvel, in Marvel Strike Force in general. So this is from Redditor Danny B1215.
Okay, so it says, if you're going to keep releasing these characters with godlike abilities with insane team synergy, go back and update the old characters I've been building for the past 3 years. Feels like I'm playing an entirely new game, as 85% of the old characters I built feels like a complete waste when they can't do anything to these new teams. Kestrel can soul in 75% of teams. Silver Surfer can soul 50% of teams. Doctor Doom, the prize of Dark Dimension 4 has completely been overshadowed and now gets one shot by a Gamora basic attack. There's an expletive there that we are covering. So one of the most obvious, which is, to me, it feels very much like, even more so on the level that Nightcrawler is missing from the X-Men, one of the very obvious characters that is missing from the Inhumans is the bride of Black. How do you say his name?
Blackagar
Boltagon.
Blackagar Boltagon.
Yeah.
Which is Queen Medusa Boltagon.
And she's very much she'd make a heck of a control character. I could see her putting slows and stuns out onto the field, deflects for sure. There would be some pretty cool synergies here, I think. And do you have any input on this, Mr. Shane?
Honestly, in the sense of lore itself, this feels like a win-win, because she's literally the queen of the Inhumans. How do you not have the queen of the Inhumans next to her king's side? You know what I'm saying? It feels right.
Yeah, that's I completely co-sign on that.
Mind you, they wouldn't even have to do a whole lot of work to bring this character into the game. They could just take a lot of stuff like just the base model for Scream.
Mm-hmm. So in order for this to be on the table, so to speak, the incentive has to be, I believe, that they're going to sell us 3 characters out of this. That seems to be the history here.
Yeah.
So
2 to 3. 2 to 3 is kind of the rule.
Yeah. So in this particular case, because of that, there's an entire team in the game already. Mm-hmm. I feel like we should go with 3. Okay. That being said, the next character is actually in the game, and oddly enough, there are 2 characters that bring this character out on the battlefield. One of them is a kill shot from Crystal.
Yep.
And the other is the intro, the intro animation for
Kamala Khan.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
So, and that is one of my favorite Inhumans, and that is the ever-loving.
Look at his face.
Look at that boy. Look at that teleporting boy.
No, you can't tell me that everybody wouldn't lose their mind if Lockjaw came to the game.
Hey.
It's kind of wild that he's in the game, but not as a usable character. Man, just I think people would wail on Lockjaw. Give them a, especially now with the kits that they're coming with. These kits are absolutely bonkers. If you had an OP Lockjaw, tell me how cool that would be.
Oh my god.
I could see him creating evades for the team, for team synergy, creating evades for attacks.
Yeah.
Like that being Lockjaw's like specialty.
Yeah. So I think definitely maybe he'd be a protector. I think. What do you think? Protector? Like
that's about right. I would say
he already has the ability to go through force fields. Mm-hmm. So like protector seems like the given thing. So like his forte is
that and
force fields.
That and teleporting.
How would a teleportation ability work in this game? Would it be kind of neat if you could move the character from their position to another? I don't know.
Yeah. Teleporting position.
Like remove the character to a different position.
Yeah, because that adds a whole new dynamic into the game that people could absolutely love.
Yeah. I think they every once in a while they do come out with a new interesting mechanic that they'll add to the game. Much like they just added Safeguard with Adam Warlock. I think they've added some really funky mechanics with Heroes for Hire, with how their kits work in war. That maybe they could rework this to be a war team of some sort. I think some people are a little over of war teams, but
I have an idea of how his teleport could be mucho beneficial.
Mudis says speed mechanics.
So let's say he's a protector, right? He buffs adjacent. When you use his teleport ability, you pick somebody on your team, and he teleports to adjacent them. And he gives this whatever insane protector buff to just the people he's adjacent to. But you have to pick who he's adjacent to, and you can change it during the match.
Okay.
Be interesting. Just adding new dynamics with it would be really fun, and I think it would give a breath of fresh air to the game and make it something that people could really enjoy, honestly.
Yeah. Lockjaw is, I think, just kind of crazy, just like Medusa, kind of crazy that he's not in the game already. Just, he's kind of an icon. Yeah. It would be like, I think, on the level, if Alpha Flight was in the game and they didn't have Puck.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
When you think of Inhumans,
same thing.
When you think of Inhumans, it's instantly Black Bolt, Medusa, and the third one for me is always Lockjaw. Always.
Yeah, always Lockjaw.
Instantly I think of. There's always like a good 3 or 4 characters when you think of a group. They're the first things that pop in your head. Those are my 3 every time for Inhumans.
Okay. Our third suggestion.
No Yaspin, not Maximus, although that is a good one. We went with a different choice. We think that Gorgon would be the obvious third choice for this. Although Maximus is a part of the royal family, Gorgon, I think, would be a really good tank, in my opinion. I could see him being the tank of the group.
I could see that.
And that's something that they need for the synergy of the group.
Yeah.
So that's why we went with Gorgon over Maximus.
Yeah. I think if you're going to rework characters to work with this team, I think I hate to say this because Yo-Yo is one of my favorite characters in the game. I love Black Bolt and Yo-Yo as a duo. Has always been awesome. But on this particular team, I think Yo-Yo and Quake are the odd women out, and they would be maybe moved to a shield rework of some kind. And that we stick with more of a royal family Inhumans type of vibe. I actually don't even remember Yo-Yo from the comics or anything. I don't know when she came to the comics, or I don't even understand how she fits into the whole Inhumans thing. It must be something similar to like how Miss Marvel got exposed to the Terrigen Mist or something. Yeah. I know nothing about her lore, but her as a character in this game, she's actually one of my favorite. That whole, when she whips across the field to offense down people, I just think that's a super cool mechanic. However, I just got to suck it up and say she wouldn't fit in this group, and neither would Quake. This would be more of a Karnak, Black Bolt, Gorgon, Lockjaw, Medusa. That feels right. So
thank you, Mr. Twisted Six. Yes, you like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. idea, which is actually what our next video is going to be about. So stay tuned for that.
yeah. So this is I think pretty solid rework that they could do to breathe life back into what I think is probably the most popular legendary character we have, which is Black Bolt. I remember the feeling when I first unlocked Black Bolt. I was like, man, it's probably of any character I've ever unlocked, it was the most excited I've ever been. Far more than unlocking Adam Warlock this last time. You name it, Jubilee. They just feel like characters. They're not characters that I have like an investment in. Black Bolt, though, is amazing. I collected Inhumans. Huge fan of the Inhumans. And just the Black Bolt mechanics in the game are fun. Awesome character. And he's one of those characters. The moment you don't have that burp mechanic when characters go into the red and you get to delete them, the moment you did, yeah, I mean, we're used to not having Black Bolt on a lot of our teams now, but there was a point in time when you didn't have Black Bolt on your team. You were anytime someone would get in the red, you go, like deep down, you'd be like, "Aw, that's kind of a bummer. I wanted to burp that dude off the field." So I think it would be fun to breathe life back into the Inhumans, and this is a way that win-win for us and Scopely, because ultimately it boils down to Scopely has to sell us more characters.
Yep.
So this is a way that they could do it, and I like it. So yeah. Tell us what you think down in the comments, and until the next video, we'll see you to Marvel Night.
Theory crafting, as always.
Yeah.